Intel Core Ultra 5 228V Lunar Lake CPU tested in Geekbench, running on MSI Prestige 13i Plus EVO laptop. Intel Core Ultra 5 228V Lunar Lake CPU has now been tested in Geekbench, showcasing similar results as the rest of the chips we've seen so far. Intel Core Ultra 228V Lunar Lake CPU comes with 8 CPU cores, 2 cores and a 30W TDP, while also offering 32GB of on-package LPDDR5X memory. Many of the Intel Lunar Lake Core Ultra 200V CPUs, including the flagship, have been spotted and tested recently in Geekbench, showing their potential in single and multi-core tests. This time the entry level of the series has been tested, namely Core Ultra 5 228V. The laptop used was Prestige 13i Plus EVO A2 VMTG belonging to MSI. MSI has several new Lunar Lake laptops coming, which we detailed here. The test not only reveals the score but also its specifications and clock speeds it was running on. Intel will provide 2-year extended warranty on OEMs and Tray 14TH/13TH Gen CPUs too. The Intel Core Ultra 5 228V scored 2,585 points in single-core and 10,053 in multi-core tests, with a base frequency of 2.10 GHz and a maximum frequency of 4.025 GHz, but the logs reveal that the chip reached a boost clock of up to 4,485 MHz. The Intel Core Ultra 5 228V comes with 8 cores and 8 threads and operates at a 17W to 30W TDP, which is efficient compared to the Meteor Lake chips. The Core Ultra 5 228V also comes with an ARC 130V CPU with 2 cores clocked at 1.85 GHz, but we don't know how good it is in gaming and graphical workloads due to the absence of any benchmarks. The CPU boasts a boost clock of 3.5/4.5 GHz, which is the lowest in the whole lineup and equal to the Ultra 5 226V. Nonetheless, the performance of the CPU is roughly at the same level as higher-end SKUs in multi-core performance, while losing to them in single-core tests with a noticeable margin. From various benchmarks we have gathered previously, it seems like all the Lunar Lake CPUs are close to each other in multi-threaded performance, which is mostly due to the equal core thread count. Even the flagship Core Ultra 9 288V scores 11,048 points, and the mid-range Core Ultra 7 256V and 268V score 11,031 and 10,036 points respectively. But performance varies from platform to platform, and there's still the case of these chips being early samples rather than final retail units. They, however, do increase the performance gap between themselves and the 228V by nearly 6 to 12% in single-core performance. Keep in mind that Geekbench scores vary even for the same chip and aren't the best way to measure a CPU's performance against others. But it looks like the Core Ultra 5 228V could have scored higher, since the clock speeds were significantly lower in this test. Intel Lunar Lake is confirmed for launch on 3 September and will be showcased in an exclusive event in Berlin, Germany. The processors will be part of thin and lightweight platforms, including laptops, notebooks, mini PCs, and gaming handhelds.